Ever pondered about the birth and demise of the mighty Roman Empire? Our journey commences around 753 years before the Common Era, on the banks of the Tiber River. Here, in the heart of Italy, the city of Rome was founded. Starting as a humble city-state, Rome was a place of modest beginnings, but it was destined for greatness. The early Romans were innovative and ambitious, and it wasn't long before they started to expand their territories. They constructed roads and bridges, not just within the city, but reaching out into the surrounding regions. This network of infrastructure allowed Rome to grow, facilitating trade and enabling the movement of armies. As Rome's territories expanded, so did its political structure. The city-state gave birth to the Roman Republic, a new form of government that would set the stage for democracy as we know it today. The Roman Republic was marked by the rule of the Senate, a political institution composed of Rome's most powerful and influential citizens. The Senate was responsible for making laws and governing the Republic, ensuring the welfare of its citizens. The Republic wasn't just about politics, though. It was a time of cultural growth and intellectual development. The Romans adopted and adapted the arts, literature, and philosophy of the cultures they encountered, creating a vibrant and diverse society. They valued education and public debate, and they fostered a sense of civic duty and responsibility. The Roman Republic's influence didn't stop at Italy's borders. Its armies marched across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, bringing Roman law, language, and culture to the conquered lands. The Republic's expansion was relentless, and by the end of the 3rd century BCE, Rome had become a dominant force in the Mediterranean. Thus began the steady rise of a civilization that would change the course of history. The foundations were laid, the stage was set, and Rome was ready to embark on its journey towards becoming an empire. As we delve deeper into this saga, we'll witness the triumphs, the challenges, and the pivotal moments that defined Rome's journey from a humble city-state to a world-conquering empire. The Roman Empire didn't just rise, it soared. This ascension was not an overnight phenomenon, but a result of strategic maneuvers, visionary leadership, and an unquenchable thirst for expansion. At the heart of this rise was one man, Julius Caesar, whose ascension to power marked a turning point in Rome's history. Julius Caesar, a name that echoes through the annals of time, was a masterful military leader and an astute politician. His audacious conquests and deft political strategies propelled him to the pinnacle of Roman power. Yet, his crowning glory was not just his rise, but his role in the establishment of the Roman Empire itself. Out of the ashes of the Roman Republic, the Roman Empire was forged. This new political structure was a beacon of stability after years of civil war. It was an empire that would stretch from the sun-kissed sands of Egypt to the misty moors of Britain, and from the sultry shores of Spain to the rugged highlands of Armenia. At the helm of this burgeoning empire was Augustus, Rome's first emperor. Under his reign, Rome flourished like never before. He brought about an age of peace and prosperity, known as the Pax Romana. This was a time when arts and culture blossomed, infrastructure developed, and the empire's borders expanded. The Roman Empire, under the rule of Augustus, was a testament to human ambition and ingenuity. It was the birthplace of architectural marvels, the cradle of literature, and the forge of laws that continue to influence modern legal systems. But perhaps the most profound achievement of this golden age was the cultural sophistication it cultivated. The Roman Empire was not just a political entity, it was a vibrant tapestry of diverse cultures, languages, and traditions that had been brought together under one banner. This cultural amalgamation enriched the Roman way of life and left an indelible mark on the world. The Roman Empire was at its zenith, a beacon of power and cultural sophistication. It was a golden age of prosperity and growth, a testament to Rome's indomitable spirit and relentless ambition. The Pax Romana era, a time of peace, prosperity, and great cultural exchange. This period, spanning from 27 BCE to 180 CE, marked a golden age for the Roman Empire under the rule of Caesar Augustus and his successors. It was a time when Rome truly flexed its muscles, demonstrating its might and grandeur to the world. The Pax Romana, or Roman peace, was a time of relative calm and stability throughout the empire. This period saw the empire's borders secure, its internal conflicts subdued, and its economy thriving. Trade routes expanded as far as India and China, enabling a vibrant exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. Rome was not just a political and military power, but a hub of cultural and intellectual activity. The Romans were renowned for their engineering prowess, and this era bore witness to some of the most remarkable feats of Roman engineering. The empire was crisscrossed by a vast network of roads, some of which are still in use today. These roads connected the farthest corners of the empire, facilitating trade, travel, and communication. Aqueducts, another marvel of Roman engineering, were constructed to supply cities with fresh water. These grand structures, some soaring as high as 50 feet, stand as a testament to the Romans' ingenuity and their mastery over the elements. But perhaps the most iconic symbol of Roman grandeur is the Colosseum. This architectural wonder, capable of seating over 50,000 spectators, was the venue for public spectacles such as gladiatorial contests, mock sea battles, and dramas based on classical mythology. The Colosseum remains a symbol of the Roman Empire's architectural and engineering prowess. The Pax Romana era was not just about great engineering feats and economic prosperity. It was an age of cultural and intellectual flowering. Literature, art, and philosophy flourished, and the Latin language spread far and wide, leaving an indelible imprint on the languages of Europe. Rome was at its pinnacle, a glittering gem of civilization. Its influence was felt across the globe, its power unchallenged, its culture and ideas spreading far and wide. This was Rome at its peak, a beacon of prosperity and progress that would shine brightly in the annals of history. But even the mightiest of empires can crumble. And so began the fall of Rome, a tale of internal discord, economic turmoil, and political corruption that would eventually lead to the empire's decline. Internal strife was rampant, with power struggles and civil wars tearing at the fabric of Roman society. Emperors were frequently overthrown, and the throne changed hands at an alarming rate, creating an environment of instability and fear. Economic instability was another nail in Rome's coffin. The empire's vast size made it difficult to manage, leading to high taxation and rampant inflation. The economy was faltering, and Rome's once formidable military might was stretched thin across its vast territories. Political corruption was another significant factor. The Roman Senate, once a beacon of democracy and justice, had become a cesspool of greed, corruption, and nepotism. The very institution that was supposed to guide and protect the empire was instead hastening its downfall. And then there were the external invasions. From every corner, Rome was under attack. Barbarian tribes, once kept at bay by Rome's military prowess, were now invading Roman territories. The Goths, Vandals, and Huns, among others, were frequent threats, wreaking havoc and spreading fear. The crisis of the 3rd century was a particularly tumultuous period. This 50-year stretch saw more than 20 emperors, most of whom were assassinated. The empire was in chaos, with civil war, plague, and economic depression ravaging its lands. Amidst this turmoil, the empire was divided into the Western and Eastern Roman empires, a decision that further weakened its foundations. The West, with Rome at its heart, was struggling, while the East, with its capital at Byzantium, was flourishing. The divide was both physical and symbolic, representing the shift in power and the decline of the once mighty Rome. The mighty empire was faltering, its foundations shaking. The glittering beacon of civilization was dimming, and the world was watching as the once invincible Rome was brought to its knees. The downfall was not immediate. It was a slow, painful process that spanned centuries. But the signs were there. The cracks were showing, and Rome, as they knew it, was changing forever. The mighty empire was faltering, its foundations shaking. The fall of Rome was not the end, but a beginning of a new era. These words echo the sentiments of many historians who have studied the impact of the Roman Empire on the world. The fall of Rome in 476 Common Era marked a significant turning point in history. But even as the once mighty empire crumbled into dust, its influence did not. The Roman Empire's legacy lived on, shaping the course of history for centuries to come. It continued to mold European culture, law, language, and governance, leaving an indelible mark on the world. The empire's influence was so profound that even after its fall, it left a vacuum that no other civilization could fill. The Roman Empire's cultural legacy is evident in the arts, literature, and philosophy that have been handed down through the centuries. The Romans were avid patrons of the arts, and their influence is still seen in modern architecture, sculpture, and literature. The Roman pantheon of gods and goddesses influenced the mythology and folklore of many cultures, and their stories continue to inspire artists and writers today. In terms of law and governance, The Roman legal system laid the foundation for many modern legal principles. The concept of innocent until proven guilty, the right to a fair trial, and the idea of legal representation all have their roots in Roman law. The Roman system of governance, with its emphasis on checks and balances, greatly influenced the development of modern democratic systems. The Roman Empire's influence on language is perhaps one of its most enduring legacies. Latin, the language of the Romans, is the precursor to the Romance languages: Italian, Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Romanian. It also heavily influenced English, contributing a significant portion of its vocabulary. The Roman Empire fell, but its legacy continues to echo through the ages. Its influence is so deeply ingrained in our world that it's hard to imagine what life would be like without it. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but its spirit lives on, reminding us of a time when Rome was the center of the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. Like, share, and subscribe for more historical insights. Until next time, explore the echoes of history with us.